from Melbourne, this is 7 News.
Good evening from Whittlesea tonight. This is where the emergency response to this huge bushfire disaster is being coordinated. And as we go to air tonight with this special 1 hour bulletin of 7 News, the death toll has reached a staggering 131 and it's still climbing. Peter Morris has been following developments, and Peter, this afternoon the Premier has announced a royal commission into these deadly blazes.
That's right, Mitch, and the big question will be as to whether you stay home and defend your home, your property, or whether you flee. But in all that, people have come out of the mountains. They come down from places like Kinglake and Kinglake West that have just been decimated by this inferno that went through there on Saturday. And the stories they're telling are remarkable. They're ones of hope, they're ones of courage, they're also stories of sadness.
This is where emotion is running high. Those who've been through the worst of the worst. Many who've lost everything are gathering here, and their stories are incredible.
Basically, I just had to get in the car and just took off into the smoke, and there was flames coming in the side of the car, and the inside of the car caught fire. And luckily I had a can of bourbon in the car to put it out.
We headed up the road and everyone just started running, and it was just havoc everywhere.
It was terrifying, like hearing the explosions when the wind picked up. The smoke and little whirligigs all around the place.
Your mind kept saying, go to sleep, lay down, sit down, sit down. And you knew you just kept fighting, trying not to black out. Because if you blacked out, you were dead.
The fact they survived the fire, which virtually took Kinglake West off the map, is remarkable. And many are still trying to come to terms with just how they escaped with their lives.
I was sitting in the car thinking, shit, we're gone. I had my 6-year-old little sister next to me. We're like, shit, what do we tell her? Oh, we made it. And everyone's all right.
This morning there were reunions of people who thought they'd never see each other again.
Haven't spoken to them since 10 o'clock yesterday, and we found them. They're fine. They're alive.
Explain the relief that you feel now that you know that they're okay.
I can't. It's just, I'm too emotional.
We neighbours, we just found each other this morning. Yeah.
How does that feel?
Flotto.
And there were others who were grieving the loss of their loved ones in circumstances too horrible to contemplate.
I lost 2 kids, mate. And, nothing will bring them back. People are just going to stand by us.
My family's together. My grief is now for my friends. I don't know where they are. We don't know where they are.
So many waited nervously for news of loved ones. This man using live TV to make a desperate appeal.
If anyone's heard of them, just give us a call.
Some were so moved by what had happened, they felt compelled to be there.
I just want help somebody else. That's all.
Everyone at the Whittlesea evacuation centre had one thing in common: their disbelief at the power and intensity of the fire, which has destroyed so much property and claimed so many lives.
This was not ordinary. It was an absolute inferno.
It was 100-foot flames, and when the power went off, we had no more water, so it was just get in the car and go. We never planned to be heroes and stay there and fight it.
By late today, the military was rolling into town to provide much-needed support, as authorities made no secret of just how big this disaster had become.
It is horrific. We've been using emotional terms like hell on earth and those sorts of descriptions, and from all accounts, I believe that that's probably an accurate description of what they're facing up there.
This afternoon's high winds sent fire crews racing, as hotspots reignited in areas near Kinglake West, and the admission the firefight is far from over.
We would need to continually patrol this fire for potentially many weeks.
Peter Morris, 7 News.
The area around Kinglake has been totally devastated, with hundreds and hundreds of homes destroyed and a death toll that continues to rise. And even worse, dozens of people are still missing.